Welcome back to episode number 10. It's great to have you aboard once again. Thanks for tuning in as always. We're going to keep on rolling these out. Tonight we got two verses we're going to go through tonight. Trying to condense and double these up if I can because of all the differences and so forth. Again, I will try to get the comments as quickly as I possibly can. I would have liked to get them last night, but I worked an 18-hour day, so I was not able to get back in time to put up a video or answer any questions or comments last night. But I will get to them the best I can. But thank you. Don't worry, I'm not going to duck anybody, like I said before. Not going to run away because I may not like what somebody might say or anything like that. All right, let's just jump right into it. Hopefully we can get this done in 15 minutes so we don't take too much of your time this evening. We're going to start in Matthew chapter 25, verse 13. If you have your King James Bible, please open it. If you have your ESV Bible, please open it. If you have to go online, do so. I'm never an online guy, but I'm a paper guy. But if you have to, go for it and follow along. All right, Matthew chapter 25, verse 13. Watch, therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. Now we hop over to the ESV, English Standard Version. Watch, therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour. Now, some talk about, well, if it says it somewhere else, why does it matter? Well, it should. I don't know why it doesn't. It's just that simple. Number one, what do we notice again? Right off the top, we see 36% of the verses missing. Somebody complained to me about missing, and that person who complained about that, I did forget to get back to you on that, but I will talk to you. I will answer your comment. But people say that I'm only comparing the King James only. I will be doing many of the different translations and versions and so forth. We will go over Wycliffe. We will go over Matthews, the Coverdale, the ESV, which actually we're doing right now, NIV, and NASB. We're going to do them all. I decided to stick with the King James Bible for now, number one, because I am a King James Bible reader after being in the New International Version growing up and finding things were much more accurate in the King James. Number two, I picked the King James Bible. Well, it's pretty simple. What has happened so far is what I knew was going to happen. There's much hate and bitterness and anger and calling me names and this and that, which exposes how people really feel about the King James Bible people or the movement or whatever you want to call it. I did not know there was a movement. I was unaware of this movement, this onlyism, until a few years back, probably about 5-6 years ago. Such a movement. I'm like, interesting. I never knew it was a movement. All I was taught is growing up in the NIV church is King James Bible people are stupid, they're morons, and they're just from the backwoods country. Really, that's pretty much what you get. Pretty sad. So a lot of hate there, and I've never met a King James Bible person who was rude or mean. Not that there's not out there. I just never come across many in my lifetime. All right, we talked about the missing verses because they are missing. Well, what about the early versions? Well, it's in the early versions like Wycliffe and the Matthews, Tyndale, and so forth. All right, what's missing? What is missing? What do we see missing? Well, the Son of Man cometh is missing. And it's one of these questions I ask you. Is not the Son of Man coming important? Now, there's a misconception that I'm putting down ESV people, readers, and people who follow it. I'm not putting down folks who follow it. I'm putting down those who have taught you to hate King James people and anyone who doesn't agree with you. It's funny that there are ESV people who hate NIV. They'll talk bad about them too. So I guess NIV, KJV got that in common. Yet the ESV Bible seems to correlate very well with the NIV Bible. Weird. All right, and number 4. Here's a question for you. Who do you suppose that the ESV onlyists are waiting for? Are they waiting for the Antichrist? I don't think they are. I hope not. What are you waiting for? Well, it's so obvious, it's so clear. Why is it so obvious and so clear? And if it's so obvious and clear in the first verse, as some will say, then you didn't need to change it here. if it was so obvious before. If you knew it was here, or if you knew here that that was there, then why would you have it here? Boy, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? Why is the Son of Man not important? Spoiler alert, by the way. He is. He's very much important. Why leave him? What are you waiting for? Who's coming back? I do have to answer one of the comments. Somebody said it's clear in both verses on another video. I thought that was interesting because, well, then I guess you didn't need to change it then, did you? Just saying. All right, let's hop over to Matthew chapter 27, verse 35. In the King James Bible it reads, "And they crucified him, and parted his garments, casting lots, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet. They parted my garments among them, and upon my vestures did they cast lots." Now we're going to hop over to the ESV. "And when they had crucified him," oh, I did not change words. I didn't manipulate words here. I will fix that. Can I fix that live? I can. Look at that. I'm so super smart. I'm just kidding. "And when they had crucified him," and I put has. My goodness. "When they had crucified him, they divided his garments among them by casting lots." And here we go again. Where do we go again? 68% of the verse is missing. Somebody says it's not missing if it wasn't there before the King James Bible. But it was there before the King James Bible. So 68%. Yeah, 36% on that one, 68% on this one. Yikes. Prophecy is removed. Prophecy is gone from the Old Testament. So forget about Isaiah. No big deal. Nothing to worry about. No big deal, right? Nothing to worry about. Isaiah, who cares? Who cares about the prophet Isaiah? And it was spoken by a prophet. Well, we already knew. How did you know? I don't know by reading that verse. Well, then you're not very smart. Oh, and you don't know the original Hebrew Greek. Maybe if you studied the Sinaiticus and Vaticanus B and the Alexandrian text, and again, we go through all that Clement, and we go through all that Constantine, Theodosius, Augustine, Jerome, all the Catholic side of things, Roman Catholic part of things. It's so sad, as I wrote, that the fulfillment of the crucifixion of Jesus does not seem important enough in this verse. Well, it is important. They talk about the crucifixion, but you took out what was spoken by the prophet. Why? Seems to me it was missing. Oh, and by the way, it was in the other versions too, leading up to the King James. And apparently, like I said, it does not seem to be important enough in this verse. So good. It's wonderful that the New Greek text minimizes Jesus. You would think it wouldn't. And you're going to find out a lot of things that I talk about here that are missing. I'm going to say missing. I'm going to keep on saying missing. Jesus, God, cross, repentance, the blood of Christ. He shed his blood for you. And yet, we're not going to make that a big deal. But good news. This verse matches the Westcott and Hort in 1881. Which is weird because the ESV only uses the Greek text from Nestles and Allen. Oh, that's right. They got that off of Westcott and Hort. Okay, as usual, I thank you this evening for tuning in and watching. As I always say, hate mail, love mail, doesn't really matter. Any comment you want to make, it's not going to hurt my feelings. I do, however, ask you not to use any foul language. One person did, and I don't think that was right. Agree or disagree, that's fine, but if you're a born-again Christian, you don't need to use foul language. So please don't do that again. No need for it. We're all grown-ups here. We're supposed to be anyways. And with that, I say, God bless. Have a beautiful evening. Good night.